Imagine Japan's greatest swordsman, a man undefeated in over 60 duels. Now, what if I told you he was also a philosopher, an artist and a writer whose ideas, even today, are just breathtakingly clear? Well, that was Miyamoto Musashi, and his entire life's work comes down to a philosophy he called the path of the loner.
So you gotta ask, right? In our world, with all the constant noise and being connected 24/7, what can we possibly learn from a lone samurai who lived almost 400 years ago? Well, as we're about to see, the answer is a lot. And it's surprisingly relevant to the things we all deal with every single day. You see, just weeks before he died in 1645, Musashi was living by himself in a mountain cave. And it was there that he distilled his entire life's wisdom down into just 21 powerful principles. He called it the Dokudo, which means the way of walking alone. But listen, this is not a guide to being isolated. Not at all. Think of it more like a blueprint for navigating life's challenges with total clarity and strength. It's really a path to mastering yourself.
So let's dive into Musashi's final words and see how they can actually work as a kind of compass for our own lives.
We're going to start with the absolute foundation, mastering your own inner world. You know, these first few principles are all about managing our thoughts and our emotions. It's about finding your own personal true north.
And the very first principle, this one might be the toughest, but it is the bedrock for everything else. He says to accept reality exactly as it is, not as you wish it were.
And this is such a perfect way to look at it. Acceptance isn't about just giving up. No way. Think about being stuck on a crazy hard video game level, right? Fighting it, getting angry, frustrated, wanting to throw the controller, that gets you absolutely nowhere. But accepting the challenge for what it is, that lets you take a breath, come up with a strategy, and act with a clear head. Musashi is telling us to stop fighting reality. That's where peace actually begins.
All right, next up for mastering your inner world is Principle 5. And this one, it sounds difficult, maybe even a little unnatural. Musashi tells us to be detached from desire. But the logic behind it is just so powerful.
Now, to be clear, this doesn't mean you can't want or enjoy things. Of course not. Think of it like this. You get a scoop of your favorite ice cream. You absolutely savor it, you enjoy every bite, but you're not totally devastated when it's gone. By not chaining our happiness to getting everything we want, we actually free ourselves from that endless cycle of chasing one thing after another. We find happiness right here, right now. This next idea, Principle 4, is such a radical shift in perspective, especially for us today. Musashi advises us to think lightly of ourselves, but deeply of the world. And this slide really nails the nuance. This isn't about having low self-esteem, it's about humility. Think of yourself as a player on a team. A truly great player isn't just focused on their own stats, right? They're thinking about how to help the whole team win. It's about shifting your focus from me to we, and really considering your role in the bigger picture. Okay, so now that we've got our inner compass pointed in the right direction, let's look at Musashi's principles for how we actually engage with the world around us, how we navigate our relationships and our actions with a real sense of purpose. A whole bunch of Musashi's principles are really just about letting go of the stuff that weighs you down. I mean, think of your life like a long hike with a backpack. All this stuff, too many possessions, jealousy, resentment, even the fear of death, they're just heavy rocks in that pack. By choosing to take them out, you lighten your load, and suddenly the journey gets a whole lot easier. So once you've lightened that load, you can choose your path more freely. And that brings us to Principle 15. Which is this powerful call to not just follow the crowd or accept things just because, that's how we've always done it. What he's really talking about here is authenticity. He's asking us to question the scripts that society just hands to us. Are your beliefs really your own? Are the decisions you're making truly aligned with who you want to be? Or are you just walking a path that someone else laid out? Musashi is encouraging us to have the courage to think for ourselves and to carve our own way. Now, for a samurai, this was everything. Honor was the ultimate value, more important than life itself. And Principle 20 really challenges us to think about what it is we truly stand for. For us today, honor is integrity. It's that simple. It's the consistency between your values, what you say, and what you do. It's about doing the right thing, especially when it's hard, and especially when nobody is watching. At the end of the day, your honor is your legacy. It's what people will remember about you.
Okay, so this brings us to the very peak of Musashi's philosophy. This is where all the principles we've talked about come together and point to one ultimate guiding idea.
The final principle, number 21, is the most important one. It's the one that ties it all together. Never stray from the way. So, what exactly is the way? The way is your personal compass. It's that unique set of core principles and values that you choose to live by. It is your true north. It's about knowing who you are, what you stand for, and then having the discipline to live by that personal code every single day. Ultimately, what Musashi's wisdom shows us is that true self-mastery and real peace, they don't come from external achievements. They come from living a life of integrity, where your actions are a perfect reflection of your deepest values. When you follow your way, you can navigate any storm with purpose and with an unwavering sense of clarity.
And so this ancient wisdom leaves us with a very modern challenge. After looking at these principles of acceptance and detachment and honor, it turns the question right back around to you. And it's really the only question that matters. What is your compass? What is your way?